The Los Angeles Dodgers are back in the World Series for the first time since 1988, while the Houston Astros are in the Fall Classic for the first time since 2005, and their first time as an AL team. These two teams were among the best in the league during the regular season. The Dodgers won an MLB high 104 games, while the Astros won the third most in MLB with 101. It's hard not to say that the World Series isn't one pitting the best teams of both the regular and postseason, which is great for fans. Looking at this World Series, most fans know about former Cy Young winners like Clayton Kershaw and Dallas Keuchel. They also probably know about likely AL MVP Jose Altuve, as well as Justin Turner and Yasiel Puig, all of whom have been stars in the playoffs. But what about some lesser-known players or conditions? What are some things that should not be overlooked entering the World Series? We have broken down 12 important X factors that could determine a winner in this series. Corey Seager's back. Corey Seager was a huge factor for the Los Angeles Dodgers during the regular season. He batted .295 with 33 doubles and 22 home runs during the regular season despite missing time due to an elbow injury. He also batted .341 with 4 walks and 3 runs scored in the NLDS against Arizona. The shortstop was left off the NLCS roster due to a back injury suffered on a slide in Game 3 against the Diamondbacks. He was replaced by Charlie Culberson, who nearly stole NLCS MVP honors by batting .455 in the series. If Seager proves to be fully recovered from his back injury, he should solidify the Dodgers lineup. If he's less than 100%, the Dodgers probably wouldn't know it until it's already too late. Seager is also battling the time-off factor since he hasn't played since October 9. He could be a DH option for the Dodgers with Culberson at shortened games played at Minute Maid Park during the series. Justin Verlander fatigue factor. Justin Verlander is a driving factor in the Astros making the World Series. He got the team off to a great start with 6 solid innings in Game 1 of the ALDS against Boston. Then he pitched 2.2 innings out of the bullpen in a deciding Game 5 to get his second win of the series. He did that on just 3 days of rest. In the ALCS, Verlander pitched a complete game with 13 strikeouts in Game 2 to beat the Yankees. He threw 124 pitches in that game. Then he came back in Game 6 with his team facing elimination and pitched 7 shutout innings as his team got the win. No pitcher has thrown more innings this postseason than Verlander, who has pitched 24.2. Between his bullpen appearance and extra start, Verlander has pitched a full start's worth of innings more than Game 1 starters Kershaw and Keuchel, who each have pitched 17.1 innings this postseason. You have to wonder whether all the extra work, in such high-stress situations, will finally catch up to Verlander in the World Series, especially after he made 33 starts in the regular season. But if he's able to go 2014 Madison Bumgarner and keep it rolling, he might be able to give Houston 2 of the 4 wins needed to take it all. Astros losing the DH. The Houston Astros will likely be at more of a disadvantage due to losing the DH for 4 of the games, as their pitchers will be forced to bat in the number 9 spot for Games 1, 2, 6 and 7 if 6 and 7 are necessary. Carlos Beltran and Evan Gattis have split DH duties for the Astros for most of the postseason. While Beltran has struggled going just 3 for 17, Gattis has been a factor for the team with 2 doubles and a homer in 20 at-bats. He is carrying in .860 ops this postseason. Houston has the option of playing Gattis at catcher if they really want his bat in the lineup over Brian McCann for the games in LA. Otherwise AJ Hinch will have them available as pinch-hitting options. The Dodgers on the other hand will have tons of options when the games move to Houston. They'll be able to go Charlie Culberson at short and Corey Seager at DH. Other DH options, depending on what starting lineup combinations they use, could include Andre Ethier or Yasmani Grandal. Chase Utley and Jock Peterson are other bench options for the deep team. How Alex Wood performs in his second career postseason start. Alex Wood was stellar in the regular season, but he was a weak spot for the Dodgers in the NLCS. Making his first career postseason start, Wood allowed 3 home runs over 4.2 innings in a Game 4 loss to the Chicago Cubs. That was the only game the Dodgers lost in their series with Chicago. Wood, 26, was great in the first half of the season as he went 100 with a 1.67 ERA. He faded in the second half, going 63 with a 3.89 ERA. Whom will the Dodgers see when Wood goes in Game 4 of the World Series? The dominant southpaw who didn't take a loss in the first half of the season, or the shakier one who was roughed up by the Cubs? Wood definitely will want to prove he's not a weakness on an otherwise strong Dodgers staff. Home field can prove to be advantage. The Dodgers have shown this postseason that they can win anywhere. They swept right through the Diamondbacks in the NLDS, winning 2 in LA and then Game 3 in Phoenix. Then they won 2 in LA in the NLCS and took 2 of 3 in Chicago to clinch the series. They've won whether at home or on the road, though they're undefeated at home at 40. Home field has been an even bigger deal for Houston. The Astros are 60 at home this postseason, compared to 14 on the road. In the ALCS against the Yankees, they won 2 at home, lost all 3 on the road, and then won Games 6 and 7 at home to advance. With only 3 games at home in the World Series and 4 on the road, the Astros better find a way to win in Los Angeles, otherwise they're toast. Ken Giles shaky October. Ken Giles has been alarmingly shaky during the postseason. After posting a 2.30 ERA with 34 saves in the regular season, Giles has saved 2 games and blown 1 while recording a 7.50 ERA in the postseason. Giles has allowed runs in 4 of his 5 playoff appearances. He finally pitched a clean inning during Houston's Game 6 win over the Yankees. Perhaps pitching that scoreless inning to close out the 71 win gave Giles some renewed confidence, because the Astros will need him to be at his best during the World Series. The Dodgers' bullpen is unforgiving. Houston's pen needs to be just as good. See more on page 2, pages 1, 2.